Hello, friends. My breath is already a little bit taken away because right now I am standing in what is honestly the rubble and construction zone of what was my childhood home. This place that I'm at today was where my grandmother, who had a huge part in raising me, it's where my grandmother lived. She lived in this house for, I think, almost 35 years, this little mountain home that she built, and I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. So I'm walking up what used to be the driveway, and in this video I will try to include as many pics as I can of what this house used to look like. And this is all that is left as they attempt to remodel it. So this right here where you see this blue insulation around concrete, this used to be my bedroom. The back room was here, and there was this other wooden part that was here that is totally gone now. So what they left, it looks like, is the A-frame, and that's the original thing that was there when my grandmother bought this house back in, I think it was like 1976 that she bought this house. And then she added the addition that is no longer here. It's been totally torn down. And honestly, by the time that my family sold this house to a different family who then sold it to whoever is doing this project now, the house was not in great shape. It was almost not even livable because the insulation was bad. It's a mountain home that really was honestly meant to just be a summer home, but you know, it was just hard to winter up here, I guess. And I'm sure that's why they tore everything down, but it's emotional for me to come back here because, for one, I don't think anyone's lived in this house. It's been like kind of semi-abandoned for at least a year, maybe 2 years. Whoever bought it, they've kind of just had it for a while, and I'm glad to see that now they're finally like doing some work on it, because for a while it was just kind of here. But it's just really emotional to see this home that was such a huge part of just who I am today. Like, this was a huge part of growing up, that it's just hard to see it partially kind of still abandoned, but also being torn down and redone. So just to give you guys a better picture of what this home was like when it was my home, I am going to put in some pictures here for you. So this little house with the blue door, my uncle actually built this in the 90s, and I will show you. There's a little like pottery light thing. You see that by the door? Margaret, my grandmother, made that. So this is obviously still exactly as it was. They haven't touched anything here, but there used to be, before all this rubble was here, there was a trail, and Margaret, my grandmother, there was at one point she'd made a little garden down there, and we had also planted on this hillside here by this grove of aspens. There were a couple summers when I was in high school where we made like a really big wildflower garden, which is really cool. But obviously now it's all changed, but hopefully they'll make it really beautiful too. And I keep like looking at the ground because I keep finding myself like looking for pieces of my past like in the earth. And I did see this one little thing that I don't really remember anyone that I know putting there, but it's totally something that Margaret would do, is hiding little like pottery trinkets around the trees and stuff. Margaret was totally the kind of hippie that left crystals and little pottery trinkets like all over this property. So that must be why I have such a, a knack for looking down. There was something about this little aspen grove that I loved as a kid. In the spring and summer when they have all their leaves, I would like just hang out like with these trees. Like I'd like dance on them like a freaking stripper and just hang out with the trees. And can't believe I just admitted that on YouTube, but here we are. I totally can hear a truck coming up the road. I wonder if it's the people that own this house, but I just wanted to give you like a little look at this. So that just set my heart totally racing. Sorry, the light's really bright. So I was filming the house, and I'm not sure if it showed up on the audio, but I could hear there was like a really big truck coming up the road, and I was like, oh shit, like the construction people are back, like they're here to work on the house. And I kind of panicked because I was like, oh my god, I'm just here like filming it. But then I thought, like, it's actually would be cool if the construction people were here, because then like I could ask them questions. Like it's obviously not the people that own the house that are working on it. I think it's clear they've hired some company or something. But anyway, it wasn't the construction guys. It was the okay, it's too hot. It was whoever comes to empty the porta potty, like the guy that takes the sewage out of the porta potty, like he came up. But I was still like so freaked out. I just like jumped in my car and drove away, and he didn't even seem interested in me, honestly. But like it was clear that I was filming the house, but I'm sure because he doesn't know whatever, he didn't know who I was. But so anyway, I'm sorry, I just had to cut that short and leave, because my plan was to walk up to the house more. And God, it is so bright. What is going on? Okay, just fixed that weird brightness. I don't know what was going on with that, but I just needed to get out of there because I felt weird about it. So I'm sorry I couldn't show you more, but I think you got the gist of it. I don't plan to go back to that house very often. I mean, it's not like someone else owns it, and the fact that they're working on it and it's not just abandoned, because for a while I was worried it would be forever abandoned, shows me that someone's putting a lot of love and hard work into it, which is cool. And it's a big part of my history and of my life, but that's the past part of me. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the home that I grew up in and its weird semi-abandoned, semi-renovated state. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more interesting adventures, and I will see you in my next video.